I'm going to go ahead and kick off the webinar now. I just want to say thank you, everyone, and welcome for joining us today. I am Megan Marino. I'm a water use efficiency specialist at ACWD, and I'll be your host today and tomorrow. And also want to give a huge shout out to Roxanne and Renee, who are also working for ACWD currently and help put on some of these webinars this week. So today is another lunchtime webinar series on finding and fixing leaks in honor of Fix a Leak Week. And today's focus will be on shower heads and faucets. And then tomorrow will be our last webinar focused on irrigation systems. So you can see the schedule there. If you've missed any of the days, don't worry about it. We have them recorded and we'll be sharing the slides and recordings out at the end of the week, putting them on our website. All right, so first I'd like to provide a little background on Fix a Leak Week and explain about why we're hosting these webinars this week. So Alameda County Water District, or ACWD, has been an environmental protection agency WaterSense promotional partner for over 7 years. And we're happy to be promoting their national Fix a Leak Week campaign because it brings awareness to the importance of finding and fixing leaks, which is very precious, around water. It's a very precious resource, and leaks are a big water waster. So reducing leaks and water waste is especially important right now due to dry conditions and the drought locally and statewide. In fact, ACWD has declared a water shortage emergency in December 2021 due to the constraints on several of our water supplies and concerns about continuing dry conditions into 2022 and beyond. So we're in another drought, and preventing water waste is crucial right now. So for today's program, we'll first go over the format of the webinar, and I'll provide some background info on ACWD and our water use efficiency programs, our drought actions, including what is restricted right now and how to get the information about the drought from us. And then we'll show a few how-to videos from the EPA WaterSense partners. And then at the end, there'll be time for questions. So feel free to put your questions in the Q&A box. So as far as logistics, attendees are in listen only mode. So you can put your questions in the Q&A. We'll do our best to answer them after the promotional partners video clips. And if you do require closed captionings, go ahead and click on the live transcript button to see closed captioning. Now for a little more information about Alameda County Water District and some of our water use efficiency programs. So we're over 100 years as an agency, founded in 1914. We serve 357,000 customers with 84,000 connections, and we serve Fremont, Newark, and Union City, which is about 105 square miles. And you can see in the graph, we have 3 different sources of supply, which we use to make up the demand, which, as stated, are in critical condition this year. Some of our water use efficiency programs we offer customers are listed here. One that I would like to highlight is the turf removal rebate. So we have increased our rebate amount to $2 per square foot to take out grass and replace it with water efficient or low water use landscaping. It's a really good time to take advantage of that program. Also want to highlight that irrigation hardware rebate, in which you can get funding to purchase efficient sprinkler equipment. Next, I'd like to talk a little bit more about the drought and our emergency ordinance, which became effective in December. So right now we're under a emergency ordinance, which targets about a 15% reduction in demand, because right now, if demand were to continue as it was, we would have a 15% shortage. So this does not require efficient customers to reduce by 15%, but it requires all customers to stop water waste, minimize irrigation, and curb other non-essential uses. So really a great time to be taking care of leaks. The ordinance outlines current irrigation days that are allowed per week. So as you can see in March, irrigation is only allowed 1 day per week. We do allow recreational fields to have an additional day throughout the year, but this is really important for us to be able to meet our reduction target. These are some of the prohibitions that are outlined in the ordinance. So excessive runoff, or using a hose to wash down hardscape. In addition, irrigating after the rain falls. And some things that are accepted are water efficient landscaping and drip irrigation systems. All of this can be found on our website at acwd.org. This is our homepage here, and you can click on the top image. You'll go to our drought website, or the report water waste, which is a good way for us to encourage people to reduce their water waste. If you have any questions on this portion of the program, you're welcome to put any of that in the Q&A, and we can address that after the videos. So next, I'd like to introduce our Fix a Leak Week promotional partner videos. These are how-to videos on faucets and shower heads. And quickly, I'd just like to say a disclaimer that these videos were created by other WaterSense promotional partners, and we thank them for their contributions. The instructions in these videos are general and guidelines, and ACWD is not responsible for any damage to your home, landscape, appliances, or appliances from following the procedures in these videos. If you have any concerns of doing the work yourself, you may wish to seek the services of a professional plumber or contractor. And this video presentation is general in nature and is not intended to be an exhaustive review of subject matter. Presentation and information materials are provided as a courtesy to participants and are not endorsed by ACWD. So in a nutshell, some of these tips and techniques to finding and fixing leaks are a bit trickier, and not every home is the same. So please seek professional help if you are not comfortable doing it yourself. Okay, the first video I'd like to show is titled Replace Your Faucet Aerator, WaterSense Bath Hack, and is produced by the EPA WaterSense. So please sit back and enjoy. All right, the next video is titled Replace Your Shower Head with WaterSense Bath Hack #1, also produced by the EPA WaterSense. All right, thank you all so much for participating. Just a general note, not all sinks and shower heads are the same, so be sure to reach out and customize as needed. And one other programmatic update is just that, oops, sorry. ACWD is actually installing advanced metering infrastructure, which is an upgraded meter. And so this will be happening over the next 2 years, and 10% of meters are already out there. So you may be one of the lucky ones that has one already, but in the future, ACWD customers will eventually have access to a customer portal where you can set up your own leak alerts, track your consumption, and find information about ACWD's water use efficiency programs. So fixing and finding leaks is going to look a lot different in the future, but these new meters and portal will be very helpful in finding and fixing leaks. All right, let's open it up for Q&A, and please submit your questions in the chat, or excuse me, in the Q&A. And we have plenty of time for questions, so please do not be shy. We love talking about our programs and finding and fixing leaks. So, you know, I'll do the best to answer any question you have. And as I stated earlier, it's really important to be doing this now while we're in a drought, looking for opportunities to conserve in any way we can. There are more resources online, so if you're interested in more information, you have 2 of the links on the resources section, as well as you can check out the EPA WaterSense website itself. I'm not seeing any questions, so feel free to put them in the Q&A. And one thing that we'd like to promote during the Fix a Leak Week is you'll be receiving a free gift with registration, which is you will be expecting in the mail shortly. But one thing that goes above and beyond the free gift that's included with registration is that we're offering a water conservation kits. So if you live in our service area and you have a residential home, you can go to our website, which is listed on the screen there, or give us a call or email us and let us know you want a water conservation kit. It's a free kit and actually comes with toilet dye tablets, a new faucet, and a new faucet aerator, like the one you saw in the video, and as well as a new shower head. So you can put what you just learned to the test by getting a new shower head and installing it yourself, which can save water. Okay, great. Thank you so much for the questions. I see some coming in. And so one of the questions is how much water can be saved with the WaterSense aerator? Thank you so much. So if you order the kit that we, what I just described, we have a 0.5, or excuse me, it's actually a 1.5 gallons per minute aerator. So in most of your standard homes, you might see a 2 gallon or a 1.8 gallon per minute aerator that you have on your sink. And so if you reduce that to a 1.5, each minute you use that, you'll be saving either half a gallon or 0.2 of a gallon. And so over time, when you're brushing your teeth every night, that really adds up. Anything that's around 1.5 can be WaterSense certified. So there's certain specs that go into WaterSense certification. All right, another question is, I gather that chloramine is harmful to gaskets resulting in water leaks. Do you have a suggestion as to choose faults, fixtures, and gaskets? Yes, so any kind of material that you're putting on or near water does have a risk of being eroded just due to corrosion. But knowing this, manufacturers have gotten really smart and actually make chloramine resistant devices. And so you can look when you're shopping for not only water scents, but chloramine resistant, and those things will last a lot longer. So some of the things in our kit are chloramine resistant. So you can see that labeled. You'll definitely want to get a chloramine resistant flapper if you're in need of a replacement for one of those. Another question, if efficient customers are exempt from reduction, what is considered efficient? So that 15% reduction is requested by the entire service area. So if you're efficient, we do encourage you to continue saving and find new ways, such as maybe reducing your irrigation or things like that. There's also things that are extra, like no fountains being running, but we're really looking for a service area wide average. So that includes businesses and stores. Not to say that your individual actions don't matter, but if you're already efficient, then continue to do so. And we'll be targeting more of the outdoor water waste situations. Yes, these recordings will be available on our website towards the end of the week. We will post them on the fixleaks.org, so acwd.org/fixleaks. We can also send out an email for our registrants to be aware of when we post them. So the question next is, does this 1 day outside watering rule apply to drip systems? Great question. Yeah, so the watering restrictions are for overhead spray, even bubblers and things like that. There are some things in the ordinance that explain exactly who we're targeting, but drip systems are allowed to run more than 1 day, but please use water wisely and efficiently when you're scheduling your drip system as well. Does the aerator work on a kitchen faucet? I believe you're referring to the one in our kit. So we actually provide 2 in our kit, 1 for bathrooms and 1 for kitchen, as well as the shower head. So they are a little different because for a kitchen faucet, you can have a greater gallons per minute flow rate. And so they are different. You can't necessarily use one on the other, but good question. Keep the questions coming. We have plenty of time, so thank you for those of you who have already asked. In a typical hose, what % of water use goes to irrigation? Okay, I believe that in a typical house, what % of water goes to irrigation? So this is a great question, and it varies, but especially by lot size. So it used to be that about 50% of water went to the home. And again, it fluctuates depending on what exactly your home is like and what kind of irrigation system you have. But right now we see about a 60-40 split, I believe, but it fluctuates from year to year. And there's a lot of information out there depending on each service area, so I'm happy to follow up with some information on that. Okay, we have another question coming in. I want to replace my lawn with low water use plants, but I will need to water more now to get them established. Is that okay during the drought? Yes. So we would prefer that the low water use plants get established versus installing turf or something like that. And so we do have a section in the ordinance that allows for new plants that are being established that are low water use are allowed to be watered outside of the recommended number of days. However, those plants must be low water use and they must be watered by the drip system. And so even when you're using the drip, that excludes you from the overhead number of irrigation days. Okay, we have another question about the question is, I'm a senior, limited income myself. Half of my yard is done, drought resistant, a few years ago, but I don't seem to qualify to have the rest done. Are there any resources for seniors to get this done? So we do offer our turf conversion rebate, which is $2 per square foot to take existing turf and convert it to water efficient landscape. That is the offering we do for lawn conversion. However, in addition, for low income or fixed income, those who qualify for this income qualification, we do have a program. We call it the Water Savings Assistance Partnership Program. And you can basically get services to come to your home, qualified plumbers to replace your shower head, replace your aerators if needed, install a new toilet if you have an inefficient one, and that will help you save. Again, this is for income qualified customers, but they do have the ability to fix leaks, some leaks as well. So it's a really great program. And if you'd like more information on any of our programs that I've mentioned today, that is at acwd.org. Okay, we have time for a few more questions. The water rebate to convert turf, would that apply if you take it out and replace with concrete? Great question. Yeah, so one of our stipulations of the rebate is taking turf and replacing it with water efficient landscaping. We do not allow conversions to concrete because the water cannot percolate through concrete and it can increase the ambient temperature around it. So we'd really like to see plants being installed because of the benefits it provides. You know, it can create habitat for bugs and insects and butterflies and hummingbirds. It also absorbs some carbon. So there's many benefits to replacing it with water efficient landscaping. And we try and drive our customers to that. So we do not allow turf conversions to concrete to qualify for the program. Again, these webinars will, you will have access. We'll send out an email to all registrants, and you will, we'll have them on our website at acwd.org/fix leaks. Any other questions? Feel free to continue typing them in. I do think some of you have gotten the Wordle of the day, which is great. And there will be a survey as soon as this webinar ends. It will pop up in your browser, and there's a short survey. You can type in what you found the Wordle to be and provide feedback. And then you can also put your mailing address into the survey so you can be sure to get your free gift at the end of this week. Okay, thank you so much for all of you attending. I really appreciate all the great questions, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for irrigation systems for more information on that. It'll be the same Zoom link, same time. So please join us tomorrow. Thank you so much.